Victoria's treaty agreement between the Labor Jacinta Allan government and the First People's Assembly of Victoria is struggling to gain majority support in the state, according to a new survey. Just 39% of people support the treaty, while 61% oppose it. Regardless, the bill passed the lower house last week. Joining me to discuss this and more is my panel, Joe Hildebrand and Christy McSweeney. Welcome, guys. Joe, I'll start with you.
Yeah.
Why would Jacinta Allan care about an IPA survey when she clearly didn't care about the referendum?
Yeah, and also, what is the point of this body or this process anyway? And again, I really enjoyed your interview earlier about the mechanism in Queensland, which is at least seeking to deliver practical outcomes for Indigenous people on the ground to close the gap. This body, it seems to me, in Victoria, will do very little to address that and will simply end up being a kind of, hand-wringing talk fest. I imagine there'll be a great deal of symbolism and demands for, various street signs and place names to be changed, which I don't really have a problem with, but I'm far more concerned with addressing Indigenous disadvantage. So I don't think this body will do that, and I don't think the government particularly cares because it's more interested in, virtue signalling than delivering outcomes.
What makes me curious, Christy, is the fact it's so unpopular, and yet Jacinta Allan doesn't seem bothered by that at all. Is she so contemptuous of the Victorian Liberal Party that she just fears nothing?
Well, I think it's contempt for the Victorian public, let alone the Victorian Parliament. There's so many things have been uncovered, not to mention her involvement in the great COVID cover-up, which of course went nowhere, but well done to the opposition for unveiling that. There's a lot of secrecy, that infrastructure plans in China and various other things that haven't really been revealed due to the state of the opposition. But getting back to this treaty, our colleagues at the Herald Sun estimate figures they've been provided. By 2029, this will have cost Victorian taxpayers close to $600 million, and that is just in establishing this body, doing the consultation and the administration of running it. Not $1 of that $600 million of taxpayers' funds is going to an Indigenous woman or child facing the prospect of not having food or not having anywhere to sleep at night or not being able to escape violence. Now, the foster care system in this state has been revealed as being completely deficient, particularly in relation to Indigenous kids. They are the sort of things that Victorians care about and want their taxpayer dollars to go towards. Of course, we want to reduce those impacts on our Indigenous community in Victoria. But $600 million in admin for something no one voted for and doesn't want? Come on.
Yep.
Only in Victoria. All right, it's customary that when leaders go on official visits overseas, they give each other gifts, something that represents their country. The Prime Minister has revealed that what he bought for Melania and Donald Trump, although he was a bit coy when asked about it. Have a listen.
We had jewellery, we had a submarine model for the President, and we had some Ugg booties for the President's newest granddaughter.
Joe Hildebrand, we gave President Trump a submarine model.
Yeah, I like that.
Sounds like a bit of a desperate message, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that very much. Or maybe we're just sort of backing ourselves, because it would have looked pretty bad if we gave him a submarine model and had no submarine deal to go with it. But that to me sounded a lot like, the husband who doesn't do anything to buy the present, doesn't, just lets his wife go and choose it, lets his wife go and buy it. And then when the person's unwrapping it, take the credit for it at the end and say, oh, yeah, I thought you'd like that. Oh, that's fantastic. And so you could see Albo thinking, oh, what did Jody get Melania again? It was some bits of jewellery or something. But I'm more interested to know, because we still don't know what Donald Trump gave Albo. That's the million-dollar question. And he suggested that it's going to take, months or years to get through all the national security and diplomatic protocols or customs or whatever it be. I just hope it's not a birthday card in the shape of a naked woman, because that would be really embarrassing.
Well, let me ask you about that, Christy, because, of course, Trump famously has this merchandise room that he takes leaders in, and you can get MAGA hats, MAGA cups, photographs of Trump himself. Maybe that's why Albanese doesn't want to say anything, because he can hardly bring home a MAGA hat, can he?
Oh, I'm pretty sure even if he was given one, he would have left it in the hotel room in the United States. I don't think he would carry that around, despite probably having to be in the position of accepting the gesture. And, you know, the DFAT people, if they've put Ugg booties forward, they're probably not really up with their fashion. And of course, the great Australian original Ugg company has been in a dispute for decades now with an American company called Dockers, trying to send them broke for using the word Ugg in the United States. So DFAT, if you need fashion advice for future gift giving, I'm here. That's a bit of a faux pas.
Great point, Christy. Great point. That's why we have you on the program. Joe Hildebrand, Christy McSweeney.
Well,
thanks for coming on.
I bridged the gap.
Really enjoyed that.
Thank you, my friend.
You did indeed. Thanks, guys.